This episode is brought to you by DirecTV Stream. DirecTV Stream is your home for baseball. With the most regional sports networks of any streaming TV provider, DirecTV Stream gives you the most local baseball games. And that means more doubleheaders, triple plays, and no-hitters from your local team. Watch this season's action on DirecTV Stream. Get the best of live TV and on-demand at directtv.com/baseball. Regional sports networks are available with choice package or higher and may vary by zip code and package. Not available in all areas. Compatible device required.
It's a rare condition that in this day and age
to read any good news on the newspaper page. Keep going.
It's a rare condition in this day. I have to be
That's
in.
right. You do.
Yeah,
That's
I have
how
to be
part
in.
of it. Yeah.
It's a rare condition.
Next line.
This day and age.
To read any good news on the newspaper page. Keep going. What's the next line?
It starts to build. I do know that.
Of a rare design. And my blood is decayed and my gums are knifed.
Everywhere you look. No, that's too soon.
Days go by. It's a brand new look with these brand new
Skibbly
tassies.
bop, skibbly bop, 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 bop.
I think we should. I think we could probably all try to quiz each other on show intros on this episode. And before we do, though, that was just a teaser. That was just to see if we could even do one. I'm not sure we can, but before we get into the rest, let's start the show. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
I don't believe you.
And his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Hi, how you doing? Hi.
And my name is Jeremy. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're just I was talking about earlier about how the theme song from Full House is one of the biggest songs that gets stuck in my head. I will for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but maybe you guys have the same symptoms that I have of themeitis.
I thought it was just Full House.
Yeah. Well,
theme song.
Because then sometimes
Envy.
I'm like, yeah. But there's also like, Addams Family.
That's generational.
Yeah, I'm just curious why that just pops into your head. Like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? I know Bob Saget recently died. Is that something that is that why you're humming it more?
It's not part of that. No, not at all. It's something about that part of the song when the lady comes in and I think it's a lady.
It says,
and
it's like days go by.
No, it was more
everyone's gonna say something like that, right?
Yeah. No. But it's always in my head and I don't know why. I don't know why that's my number one theme song.
I don't know.
I watched the show.
I prefer my theme songs to be lyricless. Instrumental, as some might say.
Well, that's going to be harder to do on a podcast.
Well, it's very easy. This here, look, I'll give you one right now. Can you guess what this is?
Yep.
Whatever it is, it sounds happy.
Oh, well. That does it. When you say buoyed up. Yeah. How about this one?
Come on, both of you don't know that? That's really sad.
Yeah, we both know Sanford and Son.
Good.
Well,
I mean, you guys were around.
Well, I mean, Jeremy wrote for the show because he was old enough to write for the show.
How dare you both?
You did props. You were the original garbage can.
Yeah, I was the original.
How about back to back would be that, and then
Thank You
those
for Being
are
a
the
Friend.
days.
Oh, that's
Ba, ba, ba,
See,
ba,
that's-
ba, ba, ba.
a rare title sequence that's that's the actual song. I mean, that you know what I mean? Like you're actually seeing them create it. That's
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking to people who
collaborative
are
process. Yeah, what?
On a television show with a music video for the theme song at the very beginning.
I get that, but it wasn't you and your younger brother.
You're
playing
right.
piano to the theme song.
No, that's right.
Which would have been which as an alt episode. You two is all in the family.
But Nickelodeon
That's right,
preferred Polaris.
Got booted. Yeah.
Hardy refused to say some words that were able to be said in All in the Family back then.
That exists on the season 3 DVD.
He said he wouldn't do it.
Well,
which is something I regret. Let's be real. They made me say a dirty word like that on GTA 5, and then people still bring it up. No, it's the N word with an A at the end of it, and it was. I get that every couple times. I can't believe you said that. It's like, well, I got paid to say it, and it wasn't me. It was a character who's a piece of shit.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, there is one theme song that Mike, it's on the top 25 theme songs of all time. Mike, you should know this. This is one of your favorite shows. You talk about it way too much, and you haven't talked about it in a little while.
Why do you throw it out like that?
The A-Team.
Right,
He's talking about
the A-Team.
We get it, but it does not count.
That's an instrumental. That's a sweet instrumental.
That is.
But it actually, the vocal is at the beginning, and it says, and I quote, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're ready.
And it was like, this is a team. What a team. It's a heck of a team. Boy, what a team. Heck of a team. This is our team. Check out these guys. They all work together. I think it was and then they said, we love the like surging advancement of the theme, but we want to change the lyrics. We'd like to bring in our own lyricist.
Right, but before they brought in their own lyricist to do that, they propositioned the rest of the cast, and one of the guys was like, "This song's gonna be about me." Mr. T, it's Mr. T. This show's Mr. T.
Right, and George Papard insisted that, of course, it was about him, and did a racial stereotype as well. Then Dwight Schultz, howling, Mad Murdock probably did a weird falsetto. And they said, we'll go without lyrics for this one. It's just gonna be easier for the network.
I'm having a really weird moment right now, and I might need Jeremy. I need a rare fact check.
That is a very rare fact check.
First fact check of 2022.
First fact check of 2022. In the movie, the Sylvester Stallone movie where they're climbing all around, Cliffhanger. I want to know if Murdoch was in that movie, because I think he is, and I think he's in a very pivotal scene in that movie that I've laughed at my whole life, particularly in my preteen years when my dad had his theater room set up in the basement and we watched Laserdiscs.
With cool theater speakers set up.
With THX. Lucasfilm THX speakers that my dad held.
I don't want to know at what age your dad exposed you to weed. We're just talking about speakers here.
Yes, weed speakers. I'm not talking about anything else.
Weed speakers.
Here's some
speakers.
Here's some information. Yeah, I don't. Do you know the actor's name? Because I
bet Michael does.
Dwight Schultz.
That's
Dwight Schultz. See, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What, he was on?
It does say
Star
Jason
Treks.
Momoa was in that movie, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Jason Momoa was in Cliffhanger?
That's what it says.
I don't know. Was he even born when Cliffhanger?
As a boy.
He could have been a boy. He could have been a boy. Yeah, there's a scene, and it's this old guy, and the climbing has gone wrong, and this woman is stuck, and they're trying to get her, and Sylvester Stallone climbs out on one of those lines, and he's trying to fix her. And in true movie fashion, you're doing all this crazy cliffhanging and all that stuff, but the carabiner that you have is plastic, and it starts to break, and she's gonna fall. and Sylvester Stallone grabs her by the arm and he goes, "You're not gonna die." And she goes, "It's slipping." And they cut back to the helicopter where they're at, where the line is being from. And there's this old guy who always reminded me of Murdoch. And I don't know why I thought about it until just now, but he's holding the line and we used to pause it on the laser disc because like it looked like it just because it looked like he was laughing like this whole scene, and he's like, she falls and he's like, Sylvester Stallone's like, "No," and then they cut back and you see him and he's holding the line and he's going like, "Yeah." They like must have like fucked up the editing, or they didn't have the shot of like them reacting, and the only one they use is this guy like smiling and laughing like and it's always made me laugh, but always made me think of Murdoch, and I guess that wasn't him, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't see it.
That's a tangent worth taking, I think. Yeah. I think we need to find that scene and play the audio for it sometime. Just really,
you're asking for you're just asking for a follow-up fact check, which we can take a vote on, and I will not vote. I will not vote against.
You will not vote against it. Wow.
I will not vote against it.
Maybe for the Patreon member who views this on video, you can see the shared screen of this lady falling, and then we'll get sued by whoever.
Follow-up fact check.
That's why we had you recreate it. You know what I mean? The whole scene, and I'll cut that together.
I will happily recreate that scene.
Well,
I'm slipping. No. And she just goes, and you just watch her fucking plummet.
That might have to be a solo fact check because I couldn't find anything, and you might just think it's your mind. It's like I thought it's okay. Peter Gabriel was the lead singer of Police for a long time, or something like that. It's one of those things. You know what I mean?
Oh, you had a crossover. You had a crossover wish that didn't exist.
No, I mean, that's a for instance. It's not really true, but been a big Gabriel fan, so that's not a problem. But back to the old list. This is controversial as far as the top 25 goes. They have 24 The Monkees.
Yeah,
which I would think would be top 10.
Yes, not 24. That's
also having you were saying, a cast member
in the top 25. I was like, that should obviously be. Oh yeah,
they're in the top 25. They're
also
just
having a cast member that passed away recently.
I know. And speaking of another one, the one right after that,
right? Is it just Mickey Dolenz?
WKRP in Cincinnati.
That's it, right? He's the only one left now.
Mickey Dolenz?
Yeah.
What am I keeping tabs? I don't know.
Yeah, he's not the fact checker for dead.
Peter Tork, dead.
Somebody from WKRP in Cincinnati died too recently.
Dead. Huh. Do you know Davy Jones is the reason why David Bowie is David Bowie? Because he didn't want to be confused with him when he became a recording artist in 19.
Well, he couldn't help that he was born with that name.
That's true. He's like, I don't want to be. He doesn't want to sound like David Jones, which is weird because funny. I have a Alfie loves Sandra Boynton. Do you guys know who Sandra Boynton is?
Sounds familiar.
She writes these really ridiculous children's stories. They're like 8 or 10 pages long, and they're just they're like really.
I do know who.
They're really weird.
If you have a kid, Sandra Boynton books.
Yeah, she has this book called Your Own Personal Penguin, and she somehow got Davy Jones to like write that song. And so if you on the book here.
I think it's Giraffes Can't Dance is my favorite, but what is this
it's a
one
weird
about?
Pivot from Cliffhanger to kids books.
You can get
about elephants in pajamas.
Yeah, well, this one you can download Davy Jones singing this song.
We do not endorse any products here at the.
I endorse Sandra Boynton. She deserves to be heard. Though my wife says because she works in books that no one would publish this shit now because it doesn't make any sense.
For the listener, Danny is brandishing a kid's book at the camera.
That's true. Your Own Personal Penguin by Sandra Boynton with words and music sung
Danny's
by Davy Jones.
Personal penguin.
Right.
Wow.
Very
Reach out and touch fish.
All right. Do you guys want to go through
Reach out and eat fish. See, that would be a good theme song for like one of those like, reality shows on the boat.
Hate them so much.
Fucking Tuna Torque.
I heard one of those. I told you I've experienced this feeling before when I'm out at a bar and I hear world douchebag dance music from the FIFA soundtrack, and I start to get nervous because I don't have a controller in my hand and I'm not playing video games right now. The same thing. I might have the same reaction to the fish. Oh, I had that same reaction to a reality show soundtrack song that I've heard that I just heard out in the wild. I was like, I'm not prospecting for gold right now. What do I do?
There's soundtracks for reality shows?
No, just like the opening theme song. Sometimes they use actual pop songs. So I heard the pop song in another context and was
right.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. With LinkedIn becoming #1 in B2B display advertising in the US, you've got a great advantage. With their tools, you can stand out against your competitors while nurturing customer relationships and growing your brand. So scale your marketing and grow your business with LinkedIn advertising. As a thank you to their customers for helping them grow 3 times faster than the competition, LinkedIn is offering a $100 credit on your next campaign. Just go to linkedin.com/marketing.
I did that the other day because I play a lot of NBA 2K on the old Xbox 360, PS360. And I was listening and some song came on and I was singing it and somebody was like, that's, DaBaby or some rapper.
Baby.
And I'm like, I don't know. It was on the video game. So now I know every word. I've heard it 26,000 times each playthrough. So now I'm a kind of a hip hop historian. You know what I mean?
They only repeat the music for people who keep losing. So I don't know what to tell
it was the restarts. It was the angry restarts.
Yeah,
yes,
it's the rage quits. It's the rage quits is the reason that you get the same music all the time. Every time you win, it unlocks a new song. So I guess you're gonna have to keep grinding.
Is the OC theme in the top 25? Because it should be.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think it is.
I was
going to skip right to 10.
Late entry, but still vital.
This is after that, I'll just give you to 10 because then we'll go over the top 10. The Rockford Files are in the top 20, Sanford and Sons 21, Dallas 20, Mary Tyler Moore 19, All in the Family 18, The Golden Girls. How can that be?
I would say The Golden Girls is probably should be in the top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah. This is also again generational, but things that
this feels like this list was written by like a 72-year-old man.
Exactly.
It could
be. Also things have been compressed with syndication and things being available on streaming and people catching up on old shows during the pandemic. People had the luxury to do that if they weren't out fucking working or dying or whatever.
True.
So if you think about new shows, there's really not as much consideration, even though like maybe in Japan, I feel like it's more overt where like you will get a pop band or a rock band to do the theme song for a drama or something like that. And it will be, they'll be billed in the beginning or something like that. Maybe like what we did with Polaris to have an actual band to do the theme song as opposed to whatever, Randy Newman.
Right. Or you just write TV shows based off of songs.
Oh, right. That's what happened to our unfortunate.
Yep.
That's what happened to our unfortunate pilot, Sweet Child of Mine.
The
bandana budget was actually what made NBC quit on us because we were over the bandana budget like within week 1.
The guys the person who directed Warrant's Cherry Pie, they got it all wrong because it was really just a reality show. It should have been the great cooking bake-off show. And instead, they just were like, no, we just want to talk about hot chicks and cars.
Yep. We need a car. We need some Daisy Dukes. We need a Carl's Jr. burger. No, that's a
Carl's Jr. burger.
Different.
It's again generational. Maybe the people who made that commercial had grown up watching the old Warrant Cherry Pie video or whatever.
True. Or you have the shows like, it's unfortunate that what the fuck is that cop show? It's like the CSI Miami, all of them are just, it's just the Who.
Right.
It's like they're like, oh, what are we gonna do? We're such a big branded TV show that we can just buy songs by The Who and just play them willy-nilly at will.
Oh yeah.
Which costs
you
much
think it's
fucking money.
You think it's the Martin Scorsese method of TV making?
Oh my God. Yes. The Martin Scorsese method. I can't, I'm like, what is there?
I can't even look at a crime scene. I can't look at a crime scene anymore with grisly murders without Layla going through my head. Thank you very much. I'd like to be able to just look at it with an open mind, but I can't fucking escape that soundtrack.
Shout out to Vine for giving us about 7 months worth of enjoyment before
not existing in years.
Well, I also think that TV shows today, the opening theme rarely gives a glimpse into what the show is like. You know what I mean?
Will say
like,
the
it's just
caveat
like,
to that.
Like, I want to think that all the music supervisors and the people who are like putting together these themes and like what you're visually seeing, like has anybody watched The Politician? You guys watched that show? Have you watched it? Did you watch any of it?
I haven't heard of it. No, what is it?
It's a show on some network.
It's about popcorn. The theme has nothing to do.
But it's just like it's like the weirdest open like all these, you know, Game of Thrones. Like they're like, yes, like they have all those hidden drops, but like the intros of these shows are just like a fucking computer nerd's wet dream. Like, ooh, what else can I put here and magic here and I gotta do some this here, and it doesn't feel like, you know, like you remember the Full House theme song because they're fucking driving over the Golden Gate Bridge and you're like,
right.
Yeah.
The entire genre,
you have a way to associate that.
The entire genre was blown up by Too Many Cooks, and I think in a good and important way, in a way that I feel like inspired something good, like I Think You Should Leave. You know, some good absurdists, you know, playing with the idea of sitcoms in general.
But do you
what
feel
about
like
the Weeds? That speaking of that makes me think of like the Weeds sound theme song.
There you go. I have never once seen the
intro.
Never once seen the show. I definitely know the song.
You never watched Weeds? Wow, Michael.
Never once. But I know the song. I think probably because I knew the Woody Guthrie version of it. I think there's a Woody Guthrie version.
Yeah, it's a Pete Seeger.
It doesn't like a pizza. Thank you. Folk cred -5.
Well,
it's fine. You're good. You're good. You've got many folk credits to get.
Seeger.
I still feel like the kid shows these days still have like Nickelodeon shows. That would be the caveat though, right? Because like Disney, all that stuff, I think it's just poppy hits that say a little something about the show, but I don't think it's like, you know, these huge things like you're saying anymore. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't listen to a lot. You are more versed in the kid shows these days, so maybe
I don't know. I was on all that. TLC did our theme song, and they wrote it just for us.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not. He doesn't have a
you and Left Eye just in that,
for that
green room.
Yeah, I'm assuming Jeremy. I'm assuming your theme song was not written by TLC.
No, but I am on. It's not a theme song. It's a soundtrack. I'm on a soundtrack. That's the only claim to fame I have. I was on a soundtrack once. The list says 16 is the Flintstones theme song, which again, I don't know. I don't think
the Flintstones and the Jetsons, they tell the story of what the show is.
It's just a list. It's a list made by people of a certain age. That's all.
Happy Days at number 15. MASH coming in at 14.
Okay, hold on. I want to change. I want to change the age of the person that wrote this from 72 to 76.
All right, let me.
They've gone up in age.
His name's Jeff.
The 25 best TV themes. Nothing past 1984.
Yeah.
You want to know a little bit about the writer? His name's Jeff. He's worked for more than 25 years in print. He grew up in the south suburbs of Chicago. 20 minutes from the Mascot Hall of Fame. Shout out to Josh Lay.
Who are we talking about?
This is the guy who wrote this article.
Oh.
What song?
No, the article.
No, the article we're referencing is a Chicago dad wrote this. So yes, you could be partially right that this is based on a guy that's much older than us.
Jeremy doxes article author, because he disagrees with his conclusions, sends Danny and Mike fans to harass at house. Demonstrate outside with live OK Boomer memeing.
All right, so here's a question. What would you think was in the top 3? I mean, we've listed a couple that we thought would already be in the top 3, but
90210.
Family Matters. For me, is family. For me,
Family Matters. See, that's not, it's Different Strokes is on here at number 8.
Again, okay, maybe 63.
And honestly, my favorite one of this list, probably The Greatest American Hero.
Oh,
believe it or not.
That's great. That's great.
Great song.
That's great. Yeah, I think they played that at your senior prom, right, Jeremy?
No, but it was George Costanza's Answering Machine.
That's right.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that song. And
Welcome Back
for
to
some
Cotter's
reason,
on there.
Is the Seinfeld theme song on there?
I don't see it. See that? I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Is that really have a theme song?
Dukes of Hazzard is.
That's
Well,
really
come on,
just
then you can just sing it. If you can sing it, it's got a melody.
bro. I'm not paying you to noodle just hang out and noodle all day. Okay, just lay down your your 5 licks and get the fuck out. I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you all day.
Hey,
okay,
man.
just lay down your licks and go.
Dude,
I'll
and
put
Victor
them
Wooten is like,
into
I'll
the.
stay as long as you want. And the guy's like, okay, so what do you want to do for bass when Kramer comes in the door all crazy like? And he's like, oh, cool, I got this. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now Elaine,
It's like a dialogue.
Now Elaine's doing a crazy dance. What are you gonna do?
Hold it.
I see. It's a collaboration. I see.
Let's just skip to the number 1. Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. The
Laverne and Shirley. That's a good one.
Laverne and
That's a
Shirley is
good
a
one.
very good one. Yes, I mean,
But that also goes along with the
you've
visuals
lost
of
all
like
of
the
the
bottles and
millennials
the
that have
glove.
been watching and listening to
Nothing.
this podcast.
Yeah.
What if they liked Wayne's World? What if they enjoyed Wayne's World?
I will tell you that if you, the listener, and Mike and Jeremy, if any of you ever come to a Jounce show, rest assured through the set, through our fucking heady jams, that I'm going to either tease or fuck around with the Golden Girls theme on bass.
Or a TV theme song.
That is the one that's stuck in my head forever.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Forever.
That's a very short one. You're going to have to squeeze it out.
No, but you can. But it's just such a fun thing to tease because when people hear it, they're like, "Oh, like,
right."
It summons an emotion.
It does.
Good point.
It certainly
Tim.
does.
Yeah.
But it's just 2 paragraphs. That's it. Thank you for being a friend.
I don't think we
Yeah, but I'm
measure.
not singing it.
back
I'm not
again.
singing it. I'm just going. And I won't even do any of that. I'll just in the middle of a jam, you'll hear.
Even though
We do.
Even though the show was aired at night, that bass line makes you feel like it's morning time, like the sun is coming through the window. It's crazy.
You're like,
It tastes like the theme song tastes like coffee, and I don't even drink coffee. It's true.
Yeah, you're right.
It does. It tastes
You're
like
right.
coffee. I do not drink coffee, and I don't mind the theme song.
I do have to say, Night Court's probably one of the most underrated.
Oh, that's a good one. We just lost Marquee Post. Are you kidding me? We got to stop. You got to stop this. Every time they name a good theme song, a cast member dies. So
We should stop talking about Polaris, I guess. Then, just to be safe.
we already lost Judy.
Yeah, you feeling not so good. I did want to end with because we're getting sort of near our time. We got to go. There's one theme song that Michael C. I believe you should know the words, every word to this theme song.
I already sang it. It's the A-Team. What a team! Heck of a team!
This
Boy,
is the
this
theme
A-Team.
from Dragon Ball. Do you know the words? Find the Dragon Balls, look out for them all. You can search around the world with me.
I do not. No, I do not.
There's a lot of lyrics.
I do know all the lyrics to the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's theme song.
I mean, if we're working into like animated 80s stuff, and there's Transformers, that song,
Carmen Sandiego.
the G.I. Joe song.
Just watch Snake Eyes.
I mean, how is The Simpsons not the number one theme song of all time?
Mm-hmm.
That would be my
anti-elf.
tough.
It's an anti-elf discrimination.
Nah, I can
People
see that.
discriminate against elves.
You know, when everybody found out that Jenna Elfman was Danny Elfman's daughter, people got upset.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
just saying
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't think
I'm
he's
just
telling
saying
you.
stuff.
He's riffing. He's noodling, basically. is what
I'm
he's doing
noodling.
right there, but with his
I'm
mouth.
noodling.
Yeah.
Man,
Listen, you can lay down all your fucking riffs in a half hour and get out of here. Maybe take some snacks and go.
That's like one of the best Mr. Show lines ever. It's the end of the show, and they bring their hippie friend back out, and he's so bummed, and he's like, man, I just found out the Grateful Dead broke up. It's like I lost my best friend. And David Cross comes up to him and he's like, yeah, I love it when my friends charge me $30 to dick around on guitar for 3 hours.
He's got you there.
Yeah.
And then they eat him at the end. They come back out and they're eating hippie pie and they pull out his little long, what do they call those things in the back? The little braids.
Rat tail?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, rat tail.
If you want to get overcharged for listen to your friends noodle around for a while, go to jounce.com. But if you want to leave voicemails,
Jounce.org, man. Jounce.org.
Jounce.org. Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, don't go to com.
It means to bounce.
Yeah.
But if you have a problem with anything we've said tonight, or you like what we said, let us know at 347-470-8150.
Tell us your favorite or least favorite, or the one that just gets stuck in your head the most.
Like Full House. Everywhere.
Already registered.
So let's just go through. We said it. Jeremy's is Full House.
That's the one that always gets stuck. Yep.
Golden Girls is the one that always gets stuck in my head. What is and yours is the A-Team? Is that what we're just
Family Matter?
Family Matters, huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You were talking about Mr. Show, and I'd be remiss to not mention that when I was watching the Capitol riots, that there was just one moment in time that I didn't even think about until probably 2 weeks ago when we texted Danny, and I was like, man, that looks like somebody from Mr. Show. And then forward, whatever it was, a month, then now they're looking for fucking Jay Johnston for Capitol riot charges.
Yeah.
What a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh,
never,
sorry, Jay, but you're
never follow your favorite actors on social media. You'll just find out that they have political
your
beliefs
Sarah
or
Silverman
sports team
partner, Steve
allegiance.
Agee, is much better.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we'll take Steve Agee any day. He's the best. We are speaking of shitty moments in history, I don't know how I can transition out of that, but I'm going to try. We are part of the Last Podcast Network, one of the good ones, one of the good networks out there. Check them out, lastpodcastnetwork.com. Also, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the N spelled out.
With the N spelled out.
Yep. We're going to start doing
347-470-9150.
That's it.
What? No.
8150.
No. Oh my God! How could you cut that out, Jeremy?
Yeah,
Jeremy, you're gonna.
I don't know if I
edit that
will.
out.
I'm just gonna try to stack all these clips up so I can just make
For the listener, just throw out that matchbook you've been scribbling on.
We are going to start doing some video twitching, some live streaming, so keep an eye out for that on the Patreon. You can find me at Remy Balin on things. Michael's at Michael C. Marone on the Twitter. Danny's at D. Tamborelli on the twits. At Danny Tamborelli on the Instagram.
Podcast for you, yeah, it's fucking tight.
Speaking of theme songs, shout out to the song we played at this little project right here. It's a Danny and Mike Minisode. See? Theme song. We're taking it all the way around, full circle. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
It's a Danny and Mike
Minisode. It's good.
Okay,
I'm telling you, that should be top 25 right there. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Marona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure and check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.